one thing, a piece of advice, or a life lesson, perhaps, you wish you had known earlier? I love striking out conversations with adults, sometimes to the point that I enjoy it more than conversing with people my age. And this is a question that I always end up asking them. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm here to share with you the answers that I learned during the process. But before I start, I want to note something. Life is a collection of moments, choices, and opportunities. Every decision that we make shapes our journey, and oftentimes we look back to our lives thinking we had done things differently. And this is why it's so important to learn from others. It gives us a chance to grow without making the same mistakes. So one piece of advice that I learned was this: never set your own limits before you even start. Think about it. How often do we hold ourselves back because of fear, doubt, or the thought that something is out of our reach? It's natural to fear failure, but the thing is, failure isn't our enemy. Every time you push yourself beyond your limits, you can discover what you're truly capable of. And that feeling, I tell you, is worth chasing. But for all of us, it's difficult to step outside our comfort zone. And maybe trying new things might be overwhelming. I recommend starting small. Talk to someone who has been through these things. It could be a teacher, your mentor, or possibly even one of your family members. Ask them about their experiences, how and what they did to overcome their hardships, what they wish they would do differently, and what advice they want to give to you. You'll be surprised by what you can learn just by listening. And another lesson I learned is the value of hard work when the opportunity comes. Sure, all of us have goals that we want to achieve in our life, but life doesn't always give us the perfect circumstances to achieve them. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and even sacrifices that you have to make along the way. That's why, when the opportunity comes, you have to seize it. You have to put in the effort through all the hardships that you encounter, because nothing worthwhile comes easily. But here's the question: how do we know when the opportunity comes? And the answer is surprisingly simple. Talk to people who have been through this. They can see things that you might not. If you don't know where to start, just ask someone older than you. How did you deal with opportunities during my age? And you'll be surprised by what they tell you. And of course, we can't ignore academics. Let's do a quick check. How many of you think you have good grades? Could all of you give me a hand among you students? More than I expected. Great. Now, among those of you who answered, how many of you think that grades are the most important thing in your student life? Could you give me a hand up again? Okay, that's some of you. But the truth is, academics are a tool, but they're not the goal. Education isn't about learning the facts and formulas. It's about shaping your character, challenging your thinking, and letting yourself grow. As typical as this might sound, your grades don't define you. Your character does. School should be a stepping stone in discovering who you are and what you stand for. And guess what? The best way in discovering this is by talking to people. Ask your teachers about what they love about the field. Ask adults about what they wanted to study when they were our age. These answers might just shift the way you view education, not as something that you have to do, but as something that you can use to build your future. And maybe you're thinking, I'm not the type of person who just goes up and starts a conversation. I get it. Start small. Ask your parents what they wish they knew at your age. Ask adults what they would tell their past selves. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be willing to listen. And one recommendation I can give you is ask them first about their life, to build a connection with them. When I asked my mom about what her life was before marriage, what her dream was, and what she wanted to achieve when she was my age, she told me that no one has ever asked her about the life she lived before marriage, and she was thankful that I asked her about it. So don't be afraid. There are people who are more than happy to tell you about the life they have lived through. And maybe not everything I said applies to you, but here's my advice that I believe will be beneficial to you no matter what. As you have probably guessed it, my advice is to converse with adults around you. If you think this isn't important, think of it this way. We all want to live our best lives. We all want to optimize ourselves to take advantage of the knowledge we know and will know in the future. So I want you to go talk to someone, ask them a question, and listen to their story. And you might just learn something that stays with you forever. Thank you.